Let's do 1, 2, 3. All right, seems like we got sound. All right, I'm basically gonna repeat what I did yesterday because yesterday I didn't like how it came out. So I'm gonna try a different method this time here. And let's let the server kick in. Any day now. Again, I'm using Blender 4.5, the Octane add-on, and I think it's going to crash. So I'm not going to deal with that today. I don't really feel like dealing with that. So I guess we're not using the add-on version. I'm just going to close that because I know once it crashes once, it basically won't, it'll keep crashing. I'll just have to restart my computer, and I'm not going to restart my computer because I just started the stream. So let me go ahead and kill that server. Oh man, don't tell me I'm going to have to restart my computer after I've already started the stream. Come on, there we go. Good old reliable. Yep, there we go. So we're not using it. We're going to be using Blender 4.3 as standalone Octane version here. All right. So you know what? Well, I might as well just kind of start fresh from yesterday. I want to try something different this time. I actually want to see if I can build this straight from a cube and then input the. Actually, let's undo that. Tab in here. Easy this up. And let's take Dennis, bring him off to the side here, using him as reference. And this build is going to be a little bit more narrow. Just a little bit bigger than that. And actually, I think I'm going to use a plane. Let's just come in here. Faces. Grab all these faces here. Probably should just draw it in a plane, but I already moved the origin point. X, delete faces. Yeah, let's just kind of build off of this plane here. Origin, geometry to origin. Tab it again, G, Z it up. Like that. Alright, and let's get my reference here on the other side. I probably should check and see if I'm even streaming. How come I turn my notifications off for Facebook and I'm still getting Facebook notifications? How is that possible? Alright, we are live. And let me tab in. Let me do a text to see if this is working. What's up? Yes, the text is working. Nice. I'm not sure if it's showing up in the chat though. Hang on, let's come back. Oh, it is. Nice. There we go. Somewhat back to normal. Cool. Alright, let's load in the image. I'm actually going to bring this into image here. I'm going to load in the image that I want to use from yesterday that I took into Photoshop and cleaned it up and took out a bunch of stuff, air conditioning units, cables, wires, things like that that were kind of in the way. And where is that image here? Clean Octane. Here it is. And here is the buildings that I cleaned up using Photoshop. These ones I did not see how all have the railings and stuff in front of the windows, so I took all those railings off using Photoshop's generative fill to clean up these windows. Actually kind of made some of these windows actually worse, like you can see here, but whatever. So my goal is to try to get these 3 buildings built into like a little, I don't know, just something, doing something, playing in Blender. It doesn't have to always be a reason, but that's my reason. And let's come bring this down to the shader editor, and I want to first just build this. Last time I put the image on here and built off of that. This time I just want to like model it straight from here. So we're gonna worry about this middle. Actually, we're gonna go from the left to right. We're gonna start from this building here, and it probably looks a little bit wider than I have. So let's go maybe something like that. And I want to probably get these windows first. And height wise, I think we're good. So let's kind of just jump in here, front view, and let's just play. Let's do it. I'm going to come in here. First I'm going to cut it in half. And then we got the top balcony, and we got the bottom balcony. Then down here we also need to get this kind of window. I want to just try to keep this as simple as possible. Maybe something like this, kind of like this. And then what we're going to do is add in this top portion here. Make it, break it down into another top portion here, kind of something like that. Right. Jump into face mode here, and break these down again. So maybe let's go kind of like 1. It's the best way to do this here. Oh, 1, 2, 3. We need 4 sections. Actually, it'd probably be better just to go do this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Height 4 sections. Yep. I like it. Boom. Set it. All right. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4. Then we got the 4 here on top of the door. That's nice. Okay. Now let's jump into kind of just grabbing these guys. Inset of I, double tap I inset, kind of something like that. And let's go extrude back, I guess. Yeah, I could do that, huh? Extrude back. Then there's another half cut right here probably we should get. So that'll be nice for the windows here, the whole door inset. And then let's come in here, add another loop cut right there. And actually this one I'm going to split it in, I'm going to bevel it just to get that little bar there for the window. Okay, then maybe let's come in here. Oh, actually let's grab this section here first. Let's grab this, hold down control, hit there, it should select all of those. That's nice. Looking at this, we want this to come out a little bit too. Actually, I only want these inside ones, these ones here. Let's get a little extrusion action on this, like that. And I think I'm going to keep this low poly, like that looks nice right there. Okay, there's those 4. And then we've got these four here, this little bit of space, and then this awning that comes out here. So let's add in another loop cut up here for this awning concrete thing here. And that goes all the way to the sides here. Let's go ahead and extrude that out. Kind of something like that. Let's GZ it down. A little bit of an angle. Then I'm actually going to go scale that actually on the Z. Kind of something like that. Don't know how I'm going to do those roof shingles, or if I'm even going to do those, because that'll be a whole nother video probably, or time. And then moving along the top, we've got this section here, which is going to be nice and easy. We'll just cut this bottom piece here. Kind of something like a little bit lower like that. And then there's going to be another awning on top, plus the window. So this window, let's get the window cut, which would probably also be a little bit offset. So there'll be like a window. Maybe these two will be that window. This will pop out. And then we'll need, here's the section. Wait, hang on. We should do the window first. So about the window, about there. This will be the window. This window's got two sections here, so I grab this window here. How should we do this? Maybe put another loop cut right in here. Alright, grabbing this, extrude back a little bit for the window, and then grabbing maybe this guy and this guy, Control B, bevel it. Hang on, can we do this one too? Control B, bevel it, nice. Extrude it just a little bit. Okay, this section here, let's goes below the window in 2, 3. We need to cut this top bar up here at the top. So another cut up here for this awning, which is almost window line. So I'm just gonna have it just offset the window just ever so slightly, a little bit higher, like something like that. And then grab this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy here, extrude that out. That. And then the awning, oh, you know what? Hang on. I probably should undo that. Let's grab this too and this. Extrude it out. I'll kind of stop there and then grab these guys and continue that extrusion out a little bit. And then maybe scale Z, scale that down, GZ, bring that down just a little bit. Oh, it's not grabbing all of that. GZ. Nope, that's not what I was trying to. Rotate X. Rotate X. You know what? It doesn't really need it. It's fine. Let's just keep it simple. Slow poly. But I want this to be a little bit more scaled Z. Actually, undo that. Undo. Let's grab all of this. Scale Z. Totally messed that up. Alright, we're keeping it simple. Leave it like that, it's fine. And then we've got another big awning coming off the top here. The roof. So let's just put another loop cutter right about there. Grab all of these guys here, holding down Control. extend this out past the guy here. This one maybe GZ it down, and then also scale Z it down. All right. Now that went, how long is that? 16 minutes, probably 10 minutes. That took way quicker than I did yesterday by putting in the picture and then extruding all the stuff. So now what I'm gonna do is grab this photo and slap it on there. So let's see how this lines up. Let's come in here, save this quickly. Building number 2, actually 2, there we go. And we'll just throw on a new material here. Come in here, RGB image, slap that into the albedo, crank up my roughness, bring down my spec a little bit, load that image. It already should be in here. Clean image, there it is, pop out. All right, let's turn on our render. And what happens if I just do projection like this? And then what happens if we change this to UV editor? And then what happens if I actually, hang on, grab everything, clean image. I actually probably want to go to front view, you project from view, and then now allow me to grab everything. Kind of just do this. Let's go first full screen here. Yeah, kind of halfway there. So let me line these doors up first. I like this. Oh, there we go. Hello, I am a duck. Hello, I am Patrick LeVar. Welcome, duck. That looks nice. Thanks, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, just experimenting, just playing around. Thanks for chiming in. It's good to know that the text thing or the chat thing is working now. Yeah, I started doing this yesterday and I didn't like how it was coming out, and it was taking a long time. This way has been way quicker, and I'm liking this workflow so far. We'll see. We're just experimenting. Like, I want to start kind of like modeling like little, ooh, we got double geometry going on right there. I want to start modeling some of these like, one of the perks of living here in Japan is all these Japanese buildings, and I was like, I always look at them like, man, that would be a cool 3D model if I could do that. Now it's time to stop saying if I can do that and start saying I am going to do that. So this is my first attempt. Not first, I've done it before, but it was like, it took a long time and it was super hard. I want to try to find like a nice easy workflow that I can do just to knock them out like really quick and start building up like I started building signs already, but my ultimate goal is build like a geo-city generator of Osaka, Japan, you know, for I guess cycles and Octane, mainly Octane, and then I'll probably tweak it to fix for cycles or something like that. But we'll see how that goes. First of all, I just need to start making buildings. That's the first step, right? Just making buildings. And then we'll worry about the rest later. Okay, see, now this is already getting a little wonky. Now I gotta figure out what's gonna be the best workflow over here for this texture whole deal. I don't think it might be that bad. We'll see. We'll see how this comes along. like the workflow. It's way faster than actually. Oh yeah, yeah, by far, yes. Like I mean, if I was really into modeling and like that, I would model it. But I'm not. I like texturing and lighting. That's like my fun. Like I love playing with textures and playing with lights. That's the fun part for me. So I'm just trying to find a quick way to eliminate the things I don't like doing, and that's modeling. And the reason why I don't like models is because I don't know how to model. So that's also going to be something that I will be adjusting in the future, spending some more time on modeling so I don't hate it as much because I just don't. So now this is the question is like how quickly and easily am I going to be able to get these things to line up? And I don't think it's going to be that difficult. If I just find out like a happy medium to get it 80% there. But right now, I'm definitely not liking the way this is coming out. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me think. Let me think. It's an easy way to do this. Yeah, I get it. My modeling isn't great either. Yeah, modeling is like one of those special things. Like, like either you love it or you hate it. Why is that not selecting there, but it's selecting here when I select it? Oh, when I select everything here, how come it's not selecting that portion there? What's going on with that? No, it felt like most of it was there. Hang on, let's do this again. Let me see if I come here, select all, you project from view. Let me try this one more time. And then we come back into here, right? There's that project from view. Oh, you know what? How about we break it into sections instead of projecting it all at once? How about I just do this? Grab like these first bottom ones here. You project from view. Okay, then we grab all of this here, bring it over here. And kind of just do something more like this. No, I think it worked better the other way because now it really looks wonky. I think it worked better the other way. Just select everything. Let's try. I'm experimenting here. Let's try cube projection. How is that different? Ooh, we don't like cube projection. Nope. Project from view. Now, if I go zoom out and then we project from view, what happens? Ooh, it actually shrinks it. Interesting. Okay. Then, say we come in here and go scale X. Actually, I probably should do that as a row. Hang on. Come up here, maybe GX. Kind of like it. I just gotta figure out what line I'm going to use as a guide. So this edge will be the guide. GX. And this guy will be the line GX. How does that look? Not bad. One other thing I want to do really quick. Cancel that. I'd like to get a more realistic HDRI that was used for the shot, more of a cloudy, something like this. Yeah, something more like that. And where is, actually let's turn on real-time viewport. And where is, what's going on here? Oh, there's alpha channel. Did I mess it up by turning on real-time viewport? Okay. Definitely not liking this edge, so let's get back to that edge and clean that up. Basically should just kind of work from one edge. Yeah, that's definitely not happening. So much, let's pick an edge. Let's take this one here, GX, and kind of just work off of this edge. And GX. Same here, kind of take these guys, GY, kind of working off of this same philosophy, GY, keep an edge. These guys here need to all come up. So can we just go select this whole row and go GG? No, we can't. GG? No, we can't. GY? Yes, we can. Let's just move that whole section up to. GY. Same thing. GY. Same thing, GY. And this whole edge needs to come over. GX. And kind of put this on the inside there. Grabbing this edge here. GX, bringing that edge back in, just kind of anywhere inside there. Here, I'm just gonna worry about this bottom half first. The second top half we'll worry about later. I'm already not liking that, but I can fix that later. I could have fixed that in Photoshop, but I can easily fix that later. We can just cut it. Are you using subsampling? You mean subsurface? No, no. This is just a principal DF, right? It's just a principal, a universal material right now. Like I haven't cut out the windows or anything yet to give those specular glass. Once I get everything lined up, then I'll cut out the windows and then put a different material on the windows and give those glass material. So like this portion right now is pretty much the most time consuming. It's just getting the UVs lined up. But once we get everything lined up, things will be looking a lot more better. I don't think I'll use any subsurface on this one. I mean, I'll probably just use some glossy shaders and the glass shader. Line these guys up here. Subsampling is using AI to make renders faster. It's the Octane tab. Oh, you mean upsampling? Oh, upsampling. No, no, no. Like the scene is so light right now. I don't need any of that stuff going on right now because the scene is not very heavy. The AI upsampler, and I rarely ever use the AI upsampler. I really try to maximize my images, my textures, and try to maximize everything so I don't have to use any of that stuff. And it just helps with render times. It helps with problems later on. Like the only thing I'm using right now is the denoiser. And actually, I turned the denoiser off because I'm using this kind of like beta option. Well, it's not beta, but it's been there. But I'm kind of using the enable real-time viewport rendering. So I turned off the viewport, and it just kind of gives you a little more snappier, quicker viewport. Like you can see how fast how fast everything is. So I'm using that right now. But I try to keep my renders as minimal as possible and optimized as possible because before I got this computer, I had a laptop that could barely run Octane. So it really forced me to maximize optimization on my scenes. And ever since then, I've just always practiced that. I've never stopped not doing that, even though my computer now can handle a lot of that stuff. But I still like to practice optimization and scenes because it's just a good habit to always have. And it keeps your renders from having issues when you go to render them. All right, how's this looking? It's actually not that bad. I like that. And to fix this little part right here, this green little part, it's super easy. What we'll do is come in here and I'll just come in here, add another cut, like add another cut right about here. Grab this, ooh, whoa, whoa. Go back into 3, grab this piece right here and just move it out. Grab that, GY, just move it down, boom. There it is, gone. All right, the bottom part's looking nice. I like that. Hang on, let's get rid of this text. The text is in the way. There we go. All right, now what we need to do is get this awning part right here. Actually, this underneath part right here kind of cleaned up just a little bit. And you can see here, and we'll just bring this down GY to like right underneath that. And then kind of just take this guy, kind of level it out so it doesn't stretch that much. This guy, both of these guys are way off. Actually, this guy too. And what we'll do here is go GX to get them to go straight. GX. That's just going to help prevent warping. We might be getting some distortion in the image. Let's kind of straighten these UVs out. There's probably some button that I can press to do that. I just don't know about it right now. And I'm in the zone, so I don't want to look for it. Let's straighten this out. What's that looking like? Crank up the exposure just a little bit more so I can see what's going on. And turn that off. Oh yeah, dude, that looks nice. Oh yeah, that looks nice. I can dig it. Once we get the windows punched out and you got some glossiness going on in the windows. Okay, let's get the top portion up done. Only thing it is, it's a front. It's total like a Hollywood movie set, just the front. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. All right, let's turn this back on so I can see what's going on here. Let's grab this guy, or this. Hold down Control. We can grab that whole lid there. And I might just put that right here. Like that. And this top part, like, I haven't figured out how I'm gonna recreate that like signature Japanese style, like, you know, roof shingles. That might be a separate day, or I'll figure that out. For now, I'm just gonna keep it simple, and we'll take this and just kind of reproject it somewhere, like maybe like right here. Kind of scale it down just a little bit. Exit over a little bit. Yeah, I'm built. That's way better. That's a lot more cleaner. Then we gotta worry about this next. Actually, underneath here too. Well, underneath's not gonna be seen, but I'm just gonna do it anyways. Grab this and also just drop that in here. GX. Grab this guy here. Yeah, that's fine. Same thing here. That's fine. All right, this portion here, just slowly work our way up layer by layer. And this part is actually not looking that bad. G wide up. Let's see if we can keep it just right under. Well, let's line the bottom up first. I'm gonna line the bottom up here with this crack, so we can get that extra crack detail right there. You can see there. Look at that crack detail. Let's do that. GX. Find a good edge to bring that on. And we're getting some weirdness here, so let me bring this down just a little bit. Okay, something like that. Actually not liking the way that's looking. So what could we do? What could we do? GUI is gonna bring it back up to where I had it then. What if we do? Let's see, what if we do this? And then add another line in here. Let's grab this line here. What I wanted to do is get one of these lines, actually this guy here. Maybe just bring him down underneath there. Maybe even lower. See what that looks like. Ooh, that looks horrible. Alright, let's undo that. Hang on for a second. Let's come back and get this thing right here dialed in first. Ooh, I didn't realize that part was like that. Okay, let's get this first. Which is actually okay, just to a point. This point looks good. This point is off, so let's go G, Y. This point is off, G, Y. That's okay there, that's okay there. This part here okay, let's just do that for now. But this part here, get this guy here kind of lined up. Not done. What up? What up? Thanks a lot. Yep, we're just playing around here. Playing in Blender Octane. Scale on the Y. I don't want to stretch it too much. Scale. I knew we were going to get some weirdness here. Okay. Let's see. Hang on. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, there's one little piece that's, thanks for subscribing. Oh, new subscriber, welcome to the family. There's one little piece that's throwing it off. This piece here is throwing everything off. So we could either take this piece and go down or up. Let's see. Let's go down. Oh, we're going down. I like down better. GX. GX. And I still don't like that hard line that we're getting right there. Or is that a different piece? Okay, so we got some weirdness happening here. So let's do this. Let's just uniform them both up. Let's go G right into the crack here. GX right up to this edge here. GX, maybe bring him right there. GY, straighten it off. Grab this next section here. And this next section could possibly go, let's see, we just got to experiment and see what's going to work. Maybe we'll go like right up to this line and then take this guy here. What if we go down? Nope. Okay, up goes better. So we'll just do right underneath here like that. Okay, now the side piece here is getting a little wonky. Actually, I like this here. Let's level it off. These side pieces here now are getting a little bit weird. Alright, so this guy, we'll make him come halfway, just to the shadow there. And then this guy, we'll bring him back, GY, to right here at the edge, and up to where the shadow starts. That feels a little bit better there. Alright, and that's just a small mind. Ooh, what's going on here? That's what's going on. Fixed. Okay. Now, we need this top piece here. Let's grab this. And probably just put that like, actually just put that like right underneath here. Alright, and then this guy here. Maybe like, actually check it out. No, I don't like that. Okay. So this piece, we're just gonna probably take this. Why don't we just throw it down here? All right, and then the other pieces with it. This and this. Grab those guys, bring them over here. Yeah, that feels better. Okay. Then underneath here, these guys can go up in the shadows here. Maybe scale it down just a tad bit, just to get that shadow color going. Yep, that feels better there. Now we're finally getting there with this section here. What else is not working? This portion here. This whole section here. Yeah, we got overlapping happening. That's why it's not working. Okay, let's take this bottom row first. Well, hang on. Let's do the window. Let me work down from the down top now. Hang on. We got a piece here. That's there, right? Let's grab this window. let's split it. Split it. G exit over here just on the inside. And then let's finish. Oh, you know what? I do have the window seal. Okay, actually we don't need to split it. Then let's just take this. This is gonna go right here. And then this will go in the window. Oops. Okay, better. Okay, then this guy here. Alright, so I got two windows here. Wish I could have. Is there a way to make these one? I was wondering if there is a way that I can merge those. That's right. Dissolve it. Okay. But now can I select it? Ooh. Stella, right on point. Okay, yeah, that's gonna work out tight. So now let's just And what I like to do is watch the viewport over here as I'm making these adjustments so I can kind of just like see the effect that it's actually doing. All right. All right, it looks like we're missing face selection. There it is. Yeah, let's grab this section here. And then again, I did the AI generative fill with Photoshop, and it just totally killed this window. But hey, it did a great job because there was actually bars. There was like rail bars, like security bars, all on this window. So like, hey, it's better than nothing. Okay, we got some mismatching going on here. So let's grab these guys here and line that up there. That looks good. I mean, it's gonna be from far away, and then I'm still gonna remake those bars again and put them there. So like, yeah, this bottom part looks really wonky. And this edge, we're missing the edge. Is there something here that we're missing? We're missing something. Oh no. Yeah, we're totally missing. Okay, that's no biggie. We can get it in there. Hang on, what about this bottom part here? This guy's way too high. And now we're gonna get a mismatch. It's all right, we'll bring it down to here. Grab this one. Line that up, perfect. Make sure they both around the crack down there in the bottom. Oh, let's get this guy here while we're at it. Are we missing? Oh, we're missing a couple. We're also missing something else in there. All right. Now, all right, moving along nicely here. This bottom part is there. This bottom part is there, there, there. It looks like we're missing a little bit of a gap there, but it's no biggie. This goes to there. This guy comes down. He's way too low. So let's bring this up above the crack. And actually, hang on. We might not even need this one here. We're getting some extra geometry. So hang on. I know there's a... Yeah, so we probably... I possibly can do this. Check this out too, right? If I go back to front view and then reproject just this. U. Project from view. It makes it a new piece, right? Right? Yeah, it does. But this needs to run all the way into here for the border of the window. No, that jacked it up. It knocked off the size because of the way we rescaled it, or the way we projected the last time. The scale was slightly different. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to what I had before. Yeah, let's just go back to this. Hang on, let's just go to this piece first. Man, this piece is just not lining up well at all. Why is that? Okay, how can we fix this? Gee, oh, we just need to probably go longer. All right, you know what? We'll just fake it. Just do like this. Why just go longer? Just go. I'm just gonna go with what I see versus what it actually looks like. I'm just gonna go with what I see here. Okay, I think that's better. I feel yeah, we're just gonna go with what I see. Yep. Ah, just getting a little wonky here at the top though. We need a line. I'm trying to match it up here. I've got like this watermark here or something, and then this bottom piece, I think. What happened to this guy? He's there. He's okay. This guy here. Yep, again, I gotta find a nice line that I'm gonna use as an edge to guide everything else because right now it's getting super wonky here. All right, so let's just kind of like line it up off of this rest line, kind of like this, and maybe just go GX on here, right? And then the next guy down, same thing, goes off of this side, GX, just kind of off of this rough line, GX, kind of off of this rest line. And then up here, and then this next guy here, GX off of this rest line. Kind of like there. I'm actually looking at this image right now, so GX, maybe more. The more I pull it, the more that gets off. G got to. Oh, we got to go. See you next time. All right, thanks for joining in. Thanks for subbing too. Welcome to the crew. Welcome to the crew. Actually, that was actually a lot easier right there. And it's the same thing with this here. You know what? We might just like... It's fine. I think we're good right there. Hang on. No, we're not good right there. That looks horrible. Oh, man. Yeah, just that one little part. I probably can hide it with an air conditioning unit or a tube, or I probably could just take this file back into Photos. Check it out. We'll just do this. Instead of fighting with it, it'll be easier just to do this. It'll be easier just to do this. Come in here, grab the splash. Make sure we're on. Oh man, I forgot these things are all haven't been merged down. Flatten image. Okay, cool. So just gonna be easy to do this. Grab this brush, Alt, and then just whoops. It might not be as easy as I thought it was. Let's grab from down here. Maybe Alt. Oh, that looks like boo boo. Hang on. All right, let's try this one more time then. Let's do this. Ah, boom. There it is. Save this. Export. Save as JPEG over the other one I had clean. There it is. Replace. Now we come back here. I should be able just to turn that back on. Turn that back on. Oh, actually, I didn't. If I loaded the Photoshop file in, it would just do it. Actually, is that it? Or was that what we did earlier? I think that's it, huh? Hang on, let me come back here. Let me quickly see something. Change, clean. See, it's not updating here. Clean JPEG. There it is. Okay. So now if we come back in here, can we just grab, for example, this. Actually, they're all over the place because I hit them. All right, so let's take this and exit over. All right. All right, that looks a lot better because I'm gonna put an air conditioning unit there anyway, so it's fine. And I gotta fix this area up here. Nope, I guess not. What happened there, dude? Why'd I get so bad? All right, let's cut these windows out now. I'm back in here, windows. P, separation by print, right? Yep, there we go. Object mode. Save that. Glass. And let's add a material to these guys here. Main material. And make a copy. Glass. And let's mix it with a glass shader. Mix material. Specular. Okay, there we go. They're totally reflecting. And let's see, we got a mixed. There's full and there's full. Alright, check this out. Let's wonder if we also bring a copy of this into the transmission. There we go. I like the way that feels. Alright, let's add a little bit of grunge on these windows. Well, let's go. What could I do? I guess we could just do it procedurally, right? I would like to use just one map the whole time. One texture map? I guess not. Let's just do this. Let's add in a noise texture. Plug that into the roughness. Add a gradient map. Let's solo that so we can see what we're doing. Get that bigger, get that more grungier. Give me a little bit more con. Wait for autosave. Okay, something kind of like that. Let's play with it a little bit. Let's kind of stretch it a little bit. There we go. And can we make it a little bit more bigger, I guess? I don't want it to be too noticeable. But I want something to be there. That's fine for now. We'll try and tweak it later. Alright, so then what should I do? Oh, bevel? Huh. Bevel? Can we just throw a bevel modifier on this thing and call it quits, or? Will that work? I guess it's kind of working, huh? Power save intervals are every 3 minutes. I don't even think this thing is working. Oh, there it is. Alright. As far as just for raw building, I still like needing to tweak other materials. Like, I could take these material here, make them a little bit more. They also have a little bit of some metallicness to them, but they're these windows, these things here. Still need to add in a little bit of a main one here. We could add in a little bit of bump. But I'm gonna finish that tomorrow. So it's a good starting point. I like where we're at today. Alright guys, that's gonna be a wrap for today. We'll get back on it tomorrow. And I gotta figure out how we're gonna get the rest of the front of the building. And I might even just kill this and get something more like procedural. We'll figure it out. We'll see. But for now, we'll call it quits. Alright guys, peace.